Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to my channel. This is again Sammy and again Coffee Time and again from Netherlands, and this is today 10th 26. I mean 26 October 2022. What's the point of this video? Last time we made application that was like this parking application that there was an administration to manually to enter plate number and then retrieve it when he or she wants. But some guys PM'd me and say, which type of parking application is that someone should enter some things? Yes, I'm telling you. If you travel right now to the Brussels or to Antwerp or any city in Belgium, you see that's the type. Okay, and now today we want to make some automatization. That means I want to click when I want to park my car and disconnect it when I want. Okay, and for these things, I have here a real parking app here. This is a parking application of my city where I'm living, and as you see, this is a zone, a downtown, central, and blah blah blah. Okay, guys, this is all about educational purposes, and we want to see how something like this, or let me say mechanism works. Okay, yeah. For that thing, what you see here as a programmer, I see here one fields to type my plate number and two date, and you say choose your date, and when I'm type, let me Armin for example, and this is the start date, and you see here, and this is the end date, and I want to park my car because that's like this. I say I want from this time is not coming yet. I say from that time to that time I want to park my car with the plate number army. Okay, that's really logical things. But for now, let's see, uh, is there something else to see, Sami? At this time, not just here. When I'm clicking here to off-mail my can taken, it's disconnected my park, and I have no more parking reservation. Okay, for this, it say this is your current credit. Where coming this credit from? Credit coming from here. You say, do you want to buy a package? And you buy it and you get hours. That's just like hours, and you get your hours there. Okay, the first part I'm going to uh, just wait a moment. First part, no need to do, and this is the thing. Okay, I have here can take a number. When I say animal can taken, when I say this is going to put my database, my information to database, because someone in outside is going to check one by one, has park, this car has no, and you get fine. Okay, for that mechanism, this is like this. Let's go to our application here. uh, okay, we have here, I have made here, this is just old project what I've made in the old video part 1, and this is part 2. Let me run this, because if you watch part 1 you get all of these things. That's just nothing new. Okay, this is create park page. If I'm going to create a park page here, uh, what I'm seeing here is say this. Okay, enter your plate number. From this time is date on, because we have said here, when the page initialized, income date is date and time now. With other word, when I am coming to this page as customer, as client, I see this. I want to say here right now, When I put my plate number, when I choose my date and time, for example, I want to park from this to this. When I choose my number, when everything is okay, when I send this, I want to see two things. One, I want to see this information in my database here, in my database. And two, I want to go to the next page to see those information. Like here, see? When I'm parking my car here, and when I'm clicking here, two things happen. This information saved in my database and just jump to the next page. You see here? We go to the next page. Okay, you see? You get a result of what you did. Yes? Okay. We want to have this. Okay. I'm going to stop my application right now. And for that, here, this is our create page. And this is the button. We have here a form, and we have here date and time, and we have here a button. And when we click at that button, it is going to trigger on valid submit method. What is on valid submit method here? That's park service safe park. That is our interface. If you see first video, you get that we have all our methods here, and just easy things to call them. Okay, and that's here, nothing special. When we click there, we want two things. We want to save data to database and jump to the next page. Which page is that? I want to see, for example, that's this page. That this page plus plate number. Where coming this plate number? This plate number is coming from first field. Okay, I get plate number and I put it together and I go to the next page. Let's see, or actually it's doing like that. Okay, let's check create park, and I want to say, Ari, from now I want to park my car for 2 days, for example, here, and I want to click now. Click. When I click, yeah, we go to the next page with plate number and start date and end date. Wait, but just wait. We have it in our database for sure, 100%, because if we don't have that info in our database, never you come at this page. Never ever, as plate number is unique number. You cannot find two plate number in a city like each other. No, that's really not possible. But now let's check our database. That is park 2 here, database park 2 and table park, and you see here I have here Ari. Okay, I have here Ari and with start and end time. But there was something else also there. There was here in the next page, for example, Armin. When I click here, 10:06, it say date time cannot before that, that right now. And I say when I click here, I have other things also. Look, active. Okay, we need something else in our database. Look, when I click here for first, it accept that and just say okay, plus 10 minutes. I'm not going to implement these things because that's really easy. On click again, I take my info, change the date, and again save it each time that here click. And but that's not the thing here. When I click here, for example, if you look here, you say here I want to park my car till 15 o'clock. Okay, but now it's 10 hours and I park my car for 30 minutes and I want to go. I don't need to use the rest of that. When I click here, it's break everything. Okay, You see, that's the real parking application, how it's work. And now here I want to make a button here. Let me see where I'm copying that button from. I'm stopping this because guys, I have recorded this one time and I had some technical problems here for sounds and cameras and to record, and this is the second time. Let me see. um, Let me see. I'm taking that button from create park, but I don't want really to make I take this for example, I don't want to make a deal with this. That's just what you saw, and I put this here and I say here uh, end park, okay, and here I say here on click, uh, on click you just for example disconnect me, that's okay, and disconnect me is just public void disconnect me, it accept nothing. And what's doing this, I don't want to make it, just I want to say you how it's how we can make something like this. First of all, let's start it, let's start it because I don't really like to make a full copy of that application and just and this is just all about educational purposes and how it should be simple, because when you make something you should think about all group of people, 60 years old, 20 years, maybe maybe I don't know, 80 years old. It should be so simple, so simple, easy to work. uh, if I'm coming here into my create park, and I say here armin 2 and armin 2 wants to park like this, and when I'm click here, okay, we have here a button. What should this button doing? Actually, we want this button disconnect us from server, or with other word, why I'm saying I'm not going to implement this button right now, because guys, if you take a look in the first page, we have here credit, and this credit has make with your payment, okay. As we don't have part one for now, because when we are in the next page, look, when we are in the next page, okay, here, uh, when we are in the next page, okay, here, we want now to disconnect our application or our tickets, let me say that, okay. This is like that. Look, I have here to make with time, because first of all I have first check my my credit there, and if is that valid, after that he or she allowed to park. And we don't have first part, that's why we cannot implement this button, because when we click here we should calculate how long his parks here, and then uh, other calculation with the main credit, because after I click here I have to get other credit amount because I have parked for some minutes, and we should subtract that from whole credit or something like that. And in every possibility, this has to make with credit, because when I click this, some things happens. First of all, my credit in the first page is going to change because I have parked here. Okay, and in the second part, uh, some things happened in my database, because you see it say is this is active, and we can easily add some things here. For example, in our part class, we make a boolean. I say here active or is active, like this. Let me show you. For me, this is mission accomplished for about educational purposes. But I want to show you something else. Maybe we made, if I have time, third part. Okay, I say here public bool, and that's true or false. I want to say is active, for example. And what want to say is it active, and then we can work with this button. When we click this, we want you to make this. When in the first page, and look here, in the first page, when I click here, it is going to set to true. Okay, and in the next page, when I click to disconnect everything, it is going to set this as false. And when it's as false, it say nothing parked, and this user is just using no product, like that. Okay, and take a look here. Here is that again and again, and this is create park. I say here y is my number plate, and this is like this, and park me, and I go to the next page with my park, with my plate, and like that. And this end park is for the next part, or I don't know. Okay, guys, have a nice day, and see you in the next one, and ciao.